Hey guys, welcome back again. Kellen here with Droid Life, and we thought this wouldn't be a proper Moto X unveiling if we didn't at least do a comparison of the new to the old. So obviously new one here in my right hand, old Moto X here in my left hand. So just wanted to show you kind of differences in the outside. The software is not going to be all that much different, although Motorola just kind of rebranded things, but there's definitely some differences. And obviously the size and the build and the materials and stuff have changed quite a bit. But let's just run through in terms of specs. So you've got the 5.2-inch Full HD display in the new one, where you had that 4.7-inch 720p display in the old one. They both have AMOLED displays. And this one on the left is about to die. Both have AMOLED displays, but it's definitely an improved panel in the new one. In terms of power, you've got 2 GB of RAM in each, but you have the Snapdragon 801 quad-core processor clocked at 2.5 gigahertz in the new one, whereas last year you had the Snapdragon S4 Pro, which was a dual core, kind of thought to be a pretty old processor in the old. And you know, Motorola caught some flack for it, and they really optimized it to make it work well, but people really want the next gen stuff. They want to know their stuff's sort of future proof. On the back side though, you've got a 10 megapixel camera on the old Moto X, 13 megapixel camera in the new one, and you also have this sort of ring flash going around the camera. They both have dimples on the back though. Even though this one looks like a button on the new one, it's still not a button. I've got the leather AT&T model here of the brand new Moto X in my right. This is the bamboo version of the old Moto X here on the left. So you will have bamboo and some of these other wood options on the new one as well. You don't have leather like this in the old version, so you definitely have some new material choices going on there. If we look at sort of the outsides here, so Motorola went with premium materials here on the new one. So this is a metal frame going around the new one. And you have a plastic frame, you know, going around the old version. So you've got metal and leather and this sort of light ring around the camera. You've got a lot of really nice things going on in terms of hardware upgrades in the new one. But you can tell it is a bigger device, so it's definitely taller. It's actually not as thick as the old ones. The old one's actually a little bit bubblier, so it is actually a little bit thinner. 9.9 millimeters in the new one, 10.4 millimeters in the old one. The new one weighs 144 grams, the old one weighs 139 grams. It's not a lot of difference in terms of thickness or weight, but this one is a little bit thinner again. It is wider as well, but that 5.2-inch display definitely added some size. So you know, you can see it's wider and taller, and you know, in hand though, it's so far. I've just been playing with it for a few hours, but it actually feels pretty good. It still feels like a decent sized device. It doesn't feel like it's oversized or overkilled or anything. In the old one, you have 3 microphones throughout. In the new one, you have 4 microphones throughout. You also have IR sensors all over the front of the new one. You don't have those at all in the old one. You have a 2200 milliamp hour battery in the old one, 2300 milliamp hour battery in the new one. You also have those sort of motion gestures with the, you know, the IR sensors up front that I was talking about, which you don't get with the old one. And you know, that's pretty much it. Out of the box, this brand new one runs Android 4.4. The old Moto X obviously getting updated to the newest versions, basically as we speak. So if I pop open though, again, the UIs are mostly the same. You're not going to see a lot of differences here. You know, although I will say the new Moto X is running the Google Now launcher, whereas the old one's running just sort of a standard stock launcher. So you do have that difference going on there, which is kind of cool. But like if we were to jump into settings here, you'll see, you know, they mostly look the same. It's sort of that stock Android skin. Same thing going on in here. One thing to note is in the old one, you'll see like active display and touchless control. Those have been removed from the settings in the new one. So in the new device, there's this Moto app, which I can't ever seem to find. So Moto app, and in this Moto app, that's where you find settings for assist, actions, voice, and display. So touchless control has been renamed to Moto Voice, active display has been renamed to Moto Display, and so you've kind of got some differences in terms of software there. But otherwise, you know, it's kind of minor software changes, but the hardware has definitely been upgraded in all the right places for sure. The device definitely feels much more premium. It's going to go on sale this month, September, at most carriers in the US. Moto Maker, you get an AT&T and Verizon on Moto Maker. $99 on contract, which is about $100 cheaper than most other flagships, or $499 without a contract. So premium device, at a sub-premium price, if you will. So if you guys have comments, questions, we've got more. Be sure to check out our unboxing and software tours as well. For now, though, we are Droid Life. More coming. We're out. Peace.